Hey guys, it's Sandy. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk today about 6 top ways to save money. Now, this is on daily and weekly practical kind of spending. This isn't on big purchases. So not the $300, $500, $1,000 purchase is what I'm talking about. Those can get you in trouble too. But what I'm talking about are the daily $5, $10, $25, $50 purchases that add up to a lot of money over time. Did you know that there's been polls taken and 60% of Americans do not have $1,000 in their savings? $1,000 is kind of that threshold that has been found that it can either make or break you as far as staying out of debt or taking over the plunge into huge debt. So it's really important to have that $1,000 emergency account. Americans are not saving money. So these are just some practical tips for me to share. Number 1, ask yourself, how many hours am I going to have to work to pay for this? So if you're making $20 an hour and you go out to dinner or you go buy a new shirt and you spent $60, ask yourself, is working 3 hours worth this dinner or 3 hours worth this piece of clothing I bought or whatever it is for you? And then answer that. So for some people, you'll be like, yeah, that was worth it. And for others, you will be like, that's $60. I had to work 3 hours just to be able to pay for that. That's not worth it. So ask yourself, when you're buying something, stop and just think, how many hours am I going to have to work just to pay for this, and is it really going to be worth it? Number 2, wait 24 hours before you make a purchase. So I'm not talking like a coffee and wait 24 hours. That I'm going to address in a minute. But wait 24 hours before you make a purchase and just ask yourself, if by 24 hours, do I still want it or not? Because usually impulse buying is what we're doing and we really don't want it and we're just spending money just mindlessly, mostly whenever we're using credit cards, because when we're using credit cards either online, we don't feel it, or in the store and we swipe it, you don't feel that. There have been so many studies that show that when you pay with cash, you actually feel a pain response when you're handing over that cash, and you're actually aware of how much money you're spending also. So if you wait for 24 hours before you buy it, then you can decide, do I really want that, or was it just an impulse purchase that I was about to just blow $48 on and really don't need it? Number 3, this is so important, to pay yourself first. It is really, really important to get yourself a savings if you don't have one, or to get enough cushion if you know that you do need a bigger one. So pay yourself first. So you're paying your bills. Act like your savings is just a bill and pay your savings. So a good rule of thumb is to put 10% into your savings. That might not be feasible for you. So if 10% doesn't work, put whatever you can into savings. Don't get overwhelmed if you cannot save a lot. Do know that if you started in January, by December, if you put $45 a month in, you would have $503. So $503 to use towards Christmas or to put towards savings. And I'm only talking about $45 a month. So break that into weekly. You're barely putting anything into your savings, but that little bit of money that you would have been spending somewhere else will really add up. And that's the point. It's those little bits of money that add up to be a lot of money. Food is by far probably the number 1 easiest way to save money. So we spend a lot of money on little purchases that add up to a lot. So whether it's getting coffee or going through the drive-thru or going out to eat several times a week, those add up to a lot of money. If you cut these out, you will be amazed at how much money you can save over time. Instead, make a meal plan, go to the store, buy what you need, go home, make your own coffee, buy your own creamer, buy your own cups. If you like the little styrofoam cups and it makes you feel like you have something, you're still going to save a bunch of money. Number 5, have a goal. If you don't have a goal, you have nothing that you're even working towards. So it's really important to make yourself a financial goal. The only way this is going to work is if you have something to work towards. So are you working towards getting that $1,000 in emergency savings? Are you working towards vacation? Are you working towards getting Christmas paid for without using credit cards? Are you working towards getting retirement saved or paying off your house earlier? What are you working towards? Whatever it is, set your goal. Make sure that you have a goal, because that's the only way you're going to keep working towards it. Get your goal in mind and keep remembering why you're doing this. Why am I passing up the drive-through today? Because I really want to be able to pay for Christmas without credit cards. Why am I not buying these new pair of shoes that I really don't need? Because you're making a goal to have something else bigger and better in the end instead of these little purchases that add up to so much. And let me tell you also, stop beating yourself up about financial decisions you've made in the past. It's not worth it. We've all made bad decisions in the past. You're just going to have to learn from those and go forward. And we're looking through the front windshield. You're not looking out the back windshield and seeing what you did in the past. You're going towards a new way of doing things, a new way of paying off your credit card bills, a new way of saving money, a new way to work towards a new goal. And your new goal is to save money. I've said that like 18 times. But anyway, stop beating yourself over the past. Just move forward. Get yourself a budget. That is imperative to have a budget. You need to tell your money where to go. That is my favorite quote of Dave Ramsey's. Tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And if you don't have a budget, you have no idea where your money went. And number 6, just say no. I know that is not easy, mostly in a society where we see everybody's buying this or buying that and going this place or going that place, and we feel pressure to keep up. Well, I'm telling you, keeping up with the Joneses will not ever get you anywhere as far as saving money. You're just always going to be spending. So we're not worried about what our neighbors doing or what people around us are doing or even what our families are doing. We have to be worried about ourselves. How are we going to save money to have a better future for ourselves and our family? So back to the goals, remembering why you're even doing this. So it's okay to say no. I know that this is the fall when I'm doing this. We're coming up on Christmas. You might be thinking, oh no, we've got gift exchanges and all this stuff coming up. You can just gracefully back out and say, hey, you know what? We're just trying to save money this year. I just want to enjoy our time together. However you need to do it or whatever you need to say, but it is okay to say no because and let people know that I've got a different goal. I'm trying to save money. And you know what? Almost everybody will respect that. And most people will be like, ugh, I need to do that too. You're doing it. You do this to make your life better. Everybody needs a savings. I hope these 6 tips really helped you, give you at least some kind of new idea. They work. We were able to pay off our house early. We did these kind of things. So, you guys, until next time, I'm out.